All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. You already know it's your boy Nadozi Obi. Today it is Saturday, August 29, 2020, and here I have the head honcho of me, the big fish, the commander-in-chief, Meghna Sen.
Hello. What's up, everybody? My name is Meghna, current senior at Rutgers University, studying mechanical engineering, minoring in computer science, and current president of MEET.
All right. So basically the routine, what we're going to do is we're going to ask her a couple of questions, about the school year, about her position, and also a little bit of fun stuff. So let's get into the meat and beans, or what is it? Meat and potatoes, right? Meat and potatoes.
Potatoes.
Conversation. All right. All right. So first question. We know that your vision for the school year is innovation and integration. Could you possibly tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. So, little background story. Every year, the president gives a vision for the academic school year, for the organization, and make sure kind of everyone aligns with it and everyone tries to have that goal in mind while doing their events and programming. The idea of innovation integration was really just trying to rethink how we do things. And I noticed that we did a lot of things because of tradition, which is good in some ways, but sometimes the organization I've seen has evolved, even in just the 3 years I've been in it, going on to my fourth. It's already evolving with whoever is in the organization currently. So I wanted to see how we can evolve the way that we plan things, and then also making sure that if we are evolving, we're making sure to create an impact professionally, socially, academically, mentally, personally, whatever it is. The impact is higher than before. And I saw that a lot of people in the organization was really, really talented, but not in ways like that are very outspoken. So I wanted to make sure everyone was heard. And so innovation integration is my way of having everyone have their talents and all their ideas heard so that we can integrate it into the way that we do things. Because I've seen graphic designers come into the organization. I've seen singers come into the organization. I've seen video content editors, things. Everyone has so many different talents, but because we've always adopted traditional ideals, it's not really easy to put them into somewhere where we're working together. So now I'm like, all right, let's redo this and really question why we do things and keep in mind how traditions have helped us and make sure we keep those benefits, but also see how we can help the next Gen Z part of MEET, because now everyone's in Gen Z. There's no one older. So yeah, that was my line of thinking for that.
Yeah, I really like how you said you want to grow the talent within MEET, because we do actually have a lot of talented people. Like Bermuda, I actually learned that she likes to paint, and she's actually a really good artist.
Yes.
Really good artist. I only learned that until probably beginning of the summer. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
We even have people who are CEOs of their own businesses, like Justice, Bucket Culture.
Bucket Culture.
There we go. He's being featured on New York Times and all these different places, and I just want them to showcase what they got because we can learn from them. I want to learn from them.
Word. No cap.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's good. Okay, so we should move on to the next question. Being in college, you have your fair share of ups and downs.
Yes.
I know me personally, I've had a down bad moment where I was everything was just it wasn't even I failed at something. I was just in a bad situation. I was in my best form. One example is, I don't know if you remember, during one of the fundraisers when we were at Taqueria, the taco stand in the football game.
Oh.
And before everything even started, I was standing up, falling asleep. If you've never seen a man stand up and fall asleep at the same time, my head was bobbing like this. I was looking crazy.
Those football fundraisers were tough, very tough. You'd be standing up for 9-hour shifts. It's dedication.
Word. So the question I want to ask you is to give us a moment when you were just down bad, like in a bad situation.
I actually like this question. So I think it's something that every student goes through in any like situation, whether in high school or college or whatnot, is just like one of those internal crises, like, damn, is this for me? Is this really for me? And especially with engineering, we're thrown, I mean, not even just engineering, college, you get thrown thrown rocks at and everything. Someone's calling me. And it's difficult to sometimes juggle everything. And I felt like, especially with academics, and I was on the executive board, I had some personal issues going on. I distinctly remember it was like my first semester of junior year. I was piled up with like my upper level classes, and Rutgers was just hitting me with a bunch of punches about like financial aid stuff. E-board, we was going through our tough times. It was really busy. I was planning the career fair. Career fair was around the corner. And then academics was just pushing me down. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I either one, did too much, or two, was not fit to ever be in this position. I was thinking I was letting myself down. I was letting my community down. I was letting everyone else down. So that was a really low point for me. And I was like, should I do this? Like, should I keep being on the e-board and things like that? So, but then afterwards, I was able to kind of pick myself up and seek help, and kind of like talking it through, almost like how we're talking now about these experiences, and really just seeing the positives of it. Like, wow, I'm able to balance all these things. Yes, not everything's going to be perfect, but you're making the best of the situation. And okay, you see that you need room for improvement. So I think that really applies to academics. A lot of people come in and you might not be the best student, but you're really here just to learn because you really love engineering, or you really love your degree. And sometimes you clash with the professor, you clash with a group mate. Oh my God, group projects, they're the best, right? Like you might just be battling it out with someone, and you have like this inner battle within yourself. So it's just really going through that. And I feel like that was a really low point for me. But after that, I was kind of like, it will never be that bad. And if I fail, I failed, I live, and I learn. It is okay to make mistakes. And you don't have to be the perfect student in order to go through Rutgers. Everyone goes through college differently. So I try to stay positive about that now. It is okay to be overwhelmed too.
Yeah. I feel that's one thing students, like, not just in Rutgers, but like everywhere across the world in general, they get too objective minded, if that makes sense. Like, we only look at the task at hand, and we have to look at doing it flawlessly, not just completing it flawlessly. Like, I know me personally, I'm that type of person. Like, I have to do it like right. Like I'm trying to be the best. So if I do anything less than the standard I set for myself, which is basically next to perfect, I failed. Mm-hmm. And that puts me in like a dark hole and stuff like that. But I learned that, one, don't set your expectations that high, because even if you didn't do as well as you thought you have, it's still all right. You can still move on.
Exactly. And I think even one time, oh no, my bad. Go ahead. You're going off.
Oh yeah. And then it's like, just to know that there's like, this too shall pass. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. So even though like you're in a stressful situation now, like you might have, like one time I had like a chem exam and a calc 3 exam on the same day, and then I had to submit an essay, a writing. Ooh. So it was like, dang, how am I gonna get through this? But once you get through it, it's done. Like, you won't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and I think like even one time, I remember I was taking this one calc class, and I specifically went up to my advisor and I was like, I'm not gonna do well in this class, but the thing that kills me the most is I knew I could have done better. Like, just having that knowledge, like, I knew I could have done better. I know I could have gotten a good grade in this class, but I failed myself. But she was like, that's okay. You know now. It's all right. Just move on. If you want to retake the class, go ahead, retake the class, but it's up to you. You shape your own path, and you go at your own pace.
All right. Okay, next question. Okay, so you've obviously you touched base on this. You've been in MEET for a long time, basically all 4 years. What has been your favorite memory? I remember during like Ebert introductions, you said that your favorite memory was going to nationals in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Could you elaborate on that?
So, national convention, freshman year, never thought I would have gone. But my mentor and the president, Chloe Tucker, she convinced me, and she was able to convince, I think, about 10 or 13 of us to go to nationals. And we were freshmen at the time. So it definitely was I don't know how she did it, but she convinced us. She was able to get us to go for free as well, which is really, really cool. So that stress was off our backs. And national convention is so ginormous that I still can't wrap my head around it. We get there and everyone's like I don't even know, like it went from 0 to 100 fast, like very, very fast. You see all these upperclassmen like just scattering everywhere. They're like, I have to do this, I have to do that. And I was like, whoa, hold on. There's other things to do except for the career fair? I'm already nervous about the career fair. And it was just so interesting to go through that process. And I remember specifically my mentor was like, yeah, let me walk you to the career fair. And I was like, walk me? Why would you need to walk me? Like, I'm grown. Like, I'm in college. Why would you need to walk me to a career fair? And I've been to the C-Suite Meet career fair. What do you have? Like, why? She was like, trust me. You'll need someone to catch you. You'll need someone to kind of like talk to. And I'm like, okay, now you're scaring me. So we go to like the opening sessions and we go through this. That's when I see the amount of people there. So I was like, wow, there's a lot of people over here just for this one convention. And then day 2 rolls around and we're going to the career fair, and it's like these escalators that you have to go up. So I go up the escalators, Chloe next to me, and we walk through, and it's like these large windows of like this huge room, and we walk up to it, and I just see the amount of like company booths that are there. And she was right. I needed someone to catch me if I fell, because my mind was completely blown. And I remember like me, my friends, we were just like, wow, this is game changer. There's free stuff everywhere. People are handing out backpacks. There was a whole ice cream like machine thing that like Ben and Jerry's came in with, or Unilever. And outside the free stuff, there's literally like everyone looked like ants like crawling everywhere. There's just so many different types of people trying to get jobs, and it was it was just mind baffling to me. And then we went into the hospitality suites. Like, I got so many meals from these hospitality suites. Like, it's really like hospitality suites are true to its name. Hospitality, like food everywhere, recruiters everywhere. People are getting handed out jobs. And obviously, I mean, for me, I really struggled with like professionalism at the time. Like, I did not like talking about myself. I was very introverted, like, oh, hello, I'm sorry to bother you. But like, here's something about me. And it was just bad, but it was such a great experience. And I feel like me and all of my friends who were freshmen just went through it together, and we all like went out together. We went to these hospitality suites together, career fairs together, and then like we looked at Pittsburgh together. So it was really nice. And I think after that, like my expectations of how much I'm able to grow just exceeded, because like preparing for the convention, it's a different level of preparation, and like just a different level of, I don't even know. It's, again, my mind just still wrapping around it. It's a lot, and there's so much you can do just in a 4-day period. So yeah, it was a really great experience.
Yeah, especially that career fair. Like, me personally, I haven't been to the nationals yet because, coronavirus.
Yeah.
But at least
You'll
I can
get
speak
there.
for, yeah, I could speak for FRC. And if I went to FRC like just without going to probably like Sheets We Meet, it would have been over for me. And like having Ernst, he was previous IVP, shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to like show me and Alfred and guide us like what we had to say, how we would research companies and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah. And like sometimes you just don't know what hits you, and National Convention is like, it's one of the biggest national events that happen, and you have all these great people just flooding this one convention center, and there's just so much opportunity there. So it's definitely fun to experience that whole having nerves, having fears, but then translating that into like ambition and just having a motivation to do well.
Good. Okay, let's move on to the last question.
All right,
let's close this out. Okay.
Hit me with it.
So, like the climate we're in, we have coronavirus going on. We also have the situation with racial injustice, police injustice going on in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have no in-person classes. And a big part of college is having that support system with people in college, basically to get through these tough times. So basically, how are we gonna like traverse these? Actually, let me spin that back. How do you plan on traversing this virtual climate, like personally and with MEET?
I think it's a very, very good topic to hit, especially now, is like we finally are forced to talk about all of this. We have to reevaluate everything that we're doing, whether it's personally for yourself, for your community, for your college career, everything. It's not simply done anymore. And I think that's something that we need to pause and really think about, because it's upsetting times. You can have people that are very close to you being hit with the pandemic. You can have people very close to you, and just seeing your community fall apart with these social injustices, it's taxing on yourself personally. And just having that mentality of, oh, we just got to go through it. Like, oh, we just got to wait till COVID ends and life will go on. No, life can't go on. You have to realize what we're going through. So to traverse this, it's definitely like myself personally is just counting all the opportunities that I have and being grateful for those, but also seeing where other people may not have that and how I can try to help that as much as possible. Because if there's something about me, I always put other people before myself and helping people as much as possible. So if I see that other people might not have the same privilege as me or the same resources as me, I'm going to try to help as much as possible, because I feel selfish. I feel as though if I can do something about it, I need to do it as my own moral responsibility. I also feel like that as a community, just helping each other and having these discussions, even just facilitating a simple event in MEET. I know Alfred had a really, really great event over the summer, which we really never done, having a virtual general body meeting or general body meetings in general about just getting it off your chest. And a lot of people did appreciate that. I personally appreciated it because it was hitting topics that like even society failed to discuss in depth. And just having that pause of having those discussions really, really helps. So I hope that me and myself going into the school year, I'm able to step back and address these, where also my e-board and MEET is able to address that, because though we don't see it, someone in our community can be facing these troubling times. So having that community help support you is very, very, very important. And if we don't address it, how do they know we can support you? So I think it's a really important component. And for myself, I'm going into my senior year, so I don't want it to I think this virtual environment has shown that I can help people even just by sitting wherever I am. Even after I graduate, I can still help people, and I can still help myself even if I'm in the same room 24 hours a day. There's still a way to connect with people. So that's really important to notice.
Yeah. All true. No cap there. All right. So that pretty much just sums up all the questions we have.
All right.
So that is all. I'm your host, Ndozi Obi. See you next time.
All right. Thanks.
Peace.
See y'all.